Well, I'm here at the trailhead. Just signed a logbook here. So I'm all registered, if I can figure this out. Dang thing has worked for 50 years until I came along. Now it doesn't want to close. Let's see here. There we go. So all signed in case anybody wants to come look for me. It is 5 p.m. It's perfect weather. That is the trail behind me there. And we're going up on top of that mountain right there tonight. So, I've got a river to cross first. I think I'll take my shoes off just to keep my feet, or at least my shoes dry. Here we go. That's the trail I'm heading up right there. It's a series of switchbacks. It's incredibly muddy, this first section here. But got a couple hours probably before I can get to the top. It's slow going. Almost 10,000 feet in elevation, and I'm already feeling it. Just in the lungs, in the quads. Everything is begging for more oxygen and faster oxygen. So, I'm gonna turn this off for a while and focus on getting this vert. There she is. I'll be coming back over that pass from the other side of the mountains in 7 or 8 days, and then back down this valley to the trailhead. Well, I made it up to 10,500 feet. I'm taking a break, just chilling. That is back the way I came. I'm glad I knocked that climb out the very first day, because man, let me tell you, if I were to do that after I'd eaten all my food and drank all my water and used all my fuel, it almost wouldn't seem worth it. Pack would have been a quarter of the weight. Guys, I just saw the most beautiful thing. A big old mule deer buck and his harem of does across the trail right in front of me, about 30 yards up. They stopped to sit and eat in this meadow for a minute. I just sat down there and I watched them. They spotted me at one point, but I think I was still enough I kept from spooking them. And now they're not too far off the trail. I can hear them moving around in there. But first big game encounter of the trip, and it's pretty awesome. We just came on an entire herd of elk. Look to be about 50 or 60 of them. This place is thick with them. Well guys, here it is. This is my camp on the very first night. I'm at 11,000 feet, just below, that's the summit of Mount Baldy over there. And pretty close to where I saw all those elk. See the sun is setting. It is 8:51 right now. Make a note of that. What a day. Love Utah. Got a little fire going so I can make some oatmeal. And you know, last night was pretty good. I mean, it was really good. It was really comfortable. It's probably about like 45 degrees right now. But the thing that got me last night was about every hour on the hour, I would wake up. And I think it's this thing that they talk about with altitude where if you're not used to sleeping at altitude, your body will go into a phase of breathing where your brain wakes yourself up because it feels like it's not getting enough air. I think that was happening last night. So hopefully that gets better as I spend time up here. And the next couple of days, I'll let you know if it changes at all. We've got a beautiful day and hopefully it stays like this all day. Just need my fire to die down enough to have some good coals to put my tea kettle on top of. At the top of Bald Mountain, 11,771 feet. And look at this view. That's where we're headed. Look at this beautiful creek across. Unfortunately, this is it, guys. This is my base camp for next 2 days. That is Wilson Peak. It's 13,000 feet. And tomorrow, after a little bit of breakfast, a little bit of rest, and probably a little bit of fishing, I'm gonna try to summit it. But you can see it is really gnarly. This is my campsite. As you can see, I've kind of hunkered down here behind this big pile of rocks. These boulders hopefully are gonna block a little bit of the wind tonight, because right now it's coming up the canyon pretty well, and it's cold, like probably 40-ish degrees. And that means tonight, when the sun's gone completely down, it's gonna be around freezing. Not to worry, I got my trusty light jacket. This is it. This is my camp for the night. As you can see, I've got everything kind of set up in here. Got my handy dandy Garmin. Been texting Kate. It's awesome. It works really well. That wind is going to knock my camera over. Just got to lift up my pillow here. Instant comfort. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off for the night. I'm really tired. I put in about 9 miles today, and it was all above 10,000 feet. Most of it was close to 11,000 feet. I'm really feeling the elevation. So I've got a good meal in me. I've got a comfortable camp set up. It is, it's only 7:20 p.m. and I'm feeling it, and my body needs some rest. So I'm gonna go hit the sack. I'll see you guys in the morning. I made it through the night, despite a crazy thunderstorm that happened at like 4:30 this morning. And it came through so fast. It started raining. I grabbed my pack, pulled it under the tent, and then there was thunder and lightning, and the tent stood up to it. Everything was dry when I got out this morning. Everything was good. Went and did a little bit of fishing. Nothing's biting, or I'm just a terrible fisherman. And I got hot really fast, which is why I don't have a shirt on right now. So I'm gonna make some breakfast, and then I'm going to chill some more, because I'm tired. It's 11,000 feet up, and every movement takes a concerted effort. Well, guys, it's day 3. It's 10 o'clock. The weather seems to be holding. So I'm gonna go try to bag Mount Wilson, which is that big pointy peak right up there. It's 13,000 feet, and it's a little over 2 miles from my base camp. I feel no shame in telling you that just 1 mile in, I had to stop and take a break. It was across nothing but scree fields, boulders the size of basketballs, half of them moving as soon as you put your weight on them. And climbed about 300, 400 feet in elevation. Now I'm at 11,500. I feel like every foot in elevation takes away half the oxygen that I used to have. It's ridiculous. But it's beautiful and amazing here. Coming for you, buddy. Right there. Check out the view of Red Castle from over here on the other side of the lake. So I finally remembered what the dang little rabbit, mouse, rat looking thing is that I keep seeing. It's a rock pika. And basically, it looks like if Pikachu were a real animal, Pikachu would be a rock pika. That's what they look like. Kind of like a baby cottontail with tiny ears. And they're about the size of a baseball. They're running around all over the place with these little rocks. I don't know if you can hear it, but I got one yelling at me right now. Those are birds. So this is probably the last time that I'll get to shoot myself and capture Wilson Peak in the background, because I'm going up that ridge line. You won't be able to see the peak anymore because I'm going to be on it. Check out this view. 11,800 feet. Found mountain goats. Just above that snowfield, right in the middle of the picture. Just above that. There's about a dozen little white flecks. They're moving around. Those are mountain goats. So that is awesome. ,800 feet. Check it out. There's my tent. If you look real close, you can see it right there. It's the ridge line I'm following right now. It's about as narrow as it looks. Wilson right there, maybe a quarter mile. Look, there's Kings Peak. I'll try to go get you tomorrow, big guy. Well, I suppose I'm mostly making this video right now for my mom, so she can see just how sheer the drop off is over that ridge. That is 2,000 feet straight down, baby. Don't worry, I'm not going that close. And you can see the other side of the ridge line is fairly gradual. Not that it wouldn't kill you if you took a tumble down that, but it's this north side that's the killer. I'm gonna stay away from that. Guys, made it to the top of Mount Wilson, over 13,000 feet. That was a tough climb, but so worth it. Just on top of the world here. You can see every major 13er in Utah from this vantage point. Stay at Wilson Peak is just about done. I'm gonna go back down to my camp at Red Castle Lake, rest and eat some food, and see if I can't plan out a way to get to Kings Peak tomorrow. Well, it's been a really good 2 days here. And I haven't caught any fish because I haven't really tried. Because I was busy bagging Wilson Peak. But it's time to move on. I'm gonna go around to the other side of Red Castle, try to hit the pass, meet up my friend, and we're gonna go try to get Kings Peak either tonight or tomorrow. Hey!
What's cracking?
That's timing.
What's going on, man?
I got your entry on video, dude.
Oh, for real?
Right there. I'm just getting ready to head down to the lake.
How are you, man?
Dude, you have an ace today.
Appreciate that. Doesn't feel that way. How about you,
You
man?
had a good time. Oh, I'm aging. I'm aging and getting slower and fatter and grayer.
Yeah.
This is my friend Eric, who just ran up here in like 3 hours from the trailhead. You're making great time, dude. We made it over Smith's Fork Pass, a little over 12,000 feet at the top of that. That one hurt. Carrying this pack over that height was painful and slow. And I know Eric was slowing down for me and waiting for me because he was carrying his little trail pack, and he's just fast in general. But man, that made the last 7 miles so awesome. That dude ran 12 miles up the trail this morning to meet me and accompany me over that pass into this basin and just to hang out. And he's gonna put in a total of 40 miles today. Now, I can't say that that's completely unusual for him, but the fact that he'd do that out here and come spend some time with me and share getting over that mountain pass was just awesome. He's a good dude. There she is. That is Kings Peak right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up camp right around here. That's about 3 miles to the top and 2,500 feet in elevation gain. So that's tomorrow. It's Sunday night, the end of my 4th day out here. And I had a really good day. This is my new base camp. I'm gonna be here for 2 days while I go summit Kings Peak tomorrow. It's my son Jaden's 11th birthday, so I'm gonna summit Kings Peak in his honor. Interesting fact, Jaden loves King Kong. And when you put King into the iPhone, and you type it in, somehow, for some reason, it always autocorrects to Kong. So tomorrow, Jaden, for you, I'm gonna summit King Kong. Love you, buddy. This is my view from the base camp here. That point you see right there is South Kings Peak. Kings Peak is just over the top of those trees. Can't quite see it. I'm missing my other camp right about now because I had so many great rocks to sit on, cook on, and use as a table. And this morning, it got so cold last night, it got down to freezing. So I threw my e-blanket over the trusty sleeping bag, and that got me toasty warm. The problem is the E-blanket doesn't breathe at all. So it traps all your perspiration and gets things kind of wet. I'm gonna leave this out here. Try a little bit more. And I had to clear that rock because it's my sitting rock. Man, I was sure glad to see the sun this morning. As soon as it came up over that ridge, the temperature jumped from like 32 to 50 degrees. And now, sitting in the sun, it's probably even warmer than that. I got me some oatmeal. I'm fueling up to go get Kings Peak. Instant oatmeal is the backpacker's best friend. Well, it has turned into an incredibly beautiful morning. I'm headed up Kings Peak right now. Should take me maybe 4 hours. We'll see. I'm not worried about rushing it. I just want to have fun. Well, there he is. That's Kings Peak. I'm at about 11,500 feet right now, marked by this gigantic cairn. And I had to take a rest break. I'm only like 0.6 of a mile from my camp, but I've gone up 600 feet and feeling it. Best news of the day, the next 3/4 of a mile are flat. Not sure. I've spotted a big herd of something. Could just be sheep. Getting fat on grass. Throwing some wool. Kings Peak. We got 2,000 more feet to go. And it's up that hill there. If you cannot see the trail, that's because it's hard to see. I can't see it either. To go look at those sheep a little closer. And then I cut straight across the valley, heading for the switchbacks that are shown on the map. And I don't know about you, I cannot see any switchbacks up there. Map says they're close. So I did find a little trail here. Hopefully this will lead me right to it. I'm going off trail again because the map says, there it is, I can see it. There's the trail right over there. Boom. This is it, top of Kings Peak. It's the top of the world, man. Highest point in Utah. And you can literally see hundreds of miles into Wyoming and everywhere else. I just got done making a phone call to Kate and Jaden because I've got Verizon coverage up here. I've got 4 bars on Verizon. It's the craziest thing. So after days of having no contact, it's really nice to be able to talk to them. 13,528 feet. done. Here's my base camp. Just got back from bagging Kings Peak. That was awesome. I went way off trail on the way back because I felt good, and did an extra 1.5 miles in the high country, and saw a couple of deer. A lot of sign of elk. Didn't see any elk though. But I mean, it was beautiful. It was a perfect day. Couldn't have asked for it to go any better. The weather was amazing. Gotta make sure those are level. And this is a windbreak. Put it around there and it boils about 3 times as fast. It was just filled up on water again from the creek that's running by my camp here. And this is gonna be really good. So I didn't have any water for the last 2 miles or so. Oh yeah, that's good. Nothing tastes as good as cold water, especially when it's clean, right out of the mountain stream. I filtered it, Mom. Don't worry. All right, let's see. What do we got? Making dinner. Oh. So, let's see what we have. Still have a bag of bacon jerky. Still have a lot of this, about half of this dry sausage left. I'm not sure that's gonna keep much longer. Of course, my trusty bag of chili cheese Fritos. I never go backpacking without this. I've got ramen. I'm not gonna eat ramen tonight. I earned, grab bag, let's see. Beef stroganoff with noodles. That'll do. Got a Slim Jim. Might eat this later. I think, yes, Paparindo. These are for dessert. Well, let's eat that. See how I feel. I might have some of these. I'm really hungry. 9 miles is a long way, especially at this elevation. Just wanted to share this landscape with you while I'm eating. Just amazing. Lucky. Sit here quietly enough. We'll get to see some elk or deer come out of the trees into the clear as the sun gets lower. Oh my gosh, this food is so good. So I'm going to build a fire, and my 12-year-old will be disappointed, but I'm not going to use a sparker or a flint and steel. I'm going to use this awesome little torch that I found at a Walmart gas station, and it is the best, and I don't think I'll ever come into the backcountry again without it. So I'm going to build this up and get this thing lighted. There we go. Helps to have a nice little breeze. Well, I can already tell it's going to be cold tonight. So I think I'm going to keep this fire going for a while, build it up, So I've got a nice hot bed of coals waiting for me in the morning. Might even use a hand warmer in the old sleeping bag tonight. So that's the wisdom of many nights in cold campouts speaking. Stick a hot hand warmer down in the bottom of the foot of your sleeping bag. You won't have to worry about cold feet. And it's been a perfect day. Well, I'm leaving behind base camp number 2 and headed back to the Highline Trail, which I'm on right now. I'm going to follow this basically as far as I can today while I still have daylight and while my legs and feet will let me keep going. The goal is to do about 16 miles. We'll see how that goes. But say bye to King's Peak up there. So there's King's Peak in the background. The only time we'll see him again is if I get up on top of one of these bigger mountains further towards the west. Otherwise, it's ta-ta for now, buddy. Y'all, caught a fish. This looks like a brook trout, I think. And, oh man, look at this. Fish are really biting today. It's another good brookie. Hey, buddy. Fish number 2 at Tungsten Lake. These brook are really biting on the spinner lures. We're gonna put him back out there. See if maybe one more will come in. Fish number 3. These brookies just keep getting bigger and bigger. If it was dinner time, I'd eat this one. All right, buddy, back you go. Brookie number 4 at Tungsten. This one's a fighter. This is brookie number 5 at Tungsten Lake. This is another one I'd eat if it was dinner time, but you know what, buddy? You get lucky. It's too early for that. Guys, I'm like the world's worst fisherman, so these fish are hungry. Numero 6. What's up, buddy? That's number 8 right there. Guys, this is number 10. In my memory, I have never had a 10 fish day. And he's a beauty too. I think it goes somewhere, but you're not. That is the biggest fish of the day for sure. It was about 13 inches. The guy's bending over my pole. Ooh. Look at this guy, huh? Look at him. Come on now. Number 10. Calm yourself. I want you to live. So, patient. You're beautiful. Look at you. Well, guys, 10 brook trout, with that last one being like 2 pounds and 13 inches long. I think I'm gonna call it for this lake. That's a great day of fishing, I think, in anyone's book. But for me, it's like unimaginable. I've never caught 10 fish in a day, especially not 10 brook trout. So cheers to Tungsten Lake. For future reference, that is Porcupine Pass. It was a bear coming down this direction, but going up it, I imagine, would be just terrible. So for that reason alone, I think I would do the east to west Highline Trail. Whew, a little oxygen deprived maybe. All right, this is the new basin that I'm in. And that little promontory right there is where I'm headed to, just to get around that. If I can do that today, I'll be super happy. But that's like 7 miles away. Left 13 miles today. I found a really cool, legit fire ring. I stocked up on some big logs. I'm gonna try to keep this thing going all night. It's really quiet here. Well guys, it is Wednesday morning. Just broke camp above Larson Lake. I'm on the backside of the Uintas, the south slope, and I'm headed toward a monster pass and Dead Horse Lake and Red Dome. Those are the landmarks that I'm shooting for today. Last night was my best sleep out here. I don't know if it's because my body's adjusting to the elevation or what, but it was still down in the 30s. My watch said it was 35, but didn't feel cold. Only woke up twice. And yeah, it was a good night. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why it's a bad idea to camp anywhere near a dead stand tree. The trail goes right through there. It looks like those fell not too long ago. You don't want to be under one of those when it falls. This is the first glimpse I've had of the pass that I have to cross today. See that little notch right there? That's it. The entire Highline Trail, which is what I'm on right now, is marked by these big old cairns. So even if you didn't have a map, it'd be nearly impossible to get lost, at least from the standpoint of where the trail is. Sadly, there were no fish in this lake. Can't blame them. I wouldn't live this high up either. Look at those clouds right over that peak. That's Mount Lavinia. That's the pass we're going over. I don't know why I keep saying we or we're. It's just me. Me and my pack. Me and my pack are going up over there. But look, it's already, there's hail or rain or something falling on the top of Lavinia. Hopefully it doesn't come down into the pass. This is it. The top of Red Knot Pass. Pretty incredible, right? This is the view that I've been looking for. So, down in that valley, the Highline Trail goes down that hill, across that valley. It's Dead Horse Lake over there, and then it goes back up over one of those passes, over to the south side of the Uintas again. I'm not going to do that today. I don't have time. That's Explorer Peak. It's like 12,600 or something like that. But more important, it's got Crater Lake down at the foot of it. And you can just barely see the edge of Crater Lake there. It's supposed to be the most amazing aquamarine blue. That's the valley I came from. Listen, I reached what will be the highest point for the rest of my journey. 12,155 feet. And it is its own unique prominence here, but it's not named, so I'm naming it. This is Nichols Peak. And it's got just about the best view in all of the High Uintas Mountains. And I built an appropriate cairn to mark the location. Let's come back and visit. You want some sheep? There's got to be like 2,000 or so here. Look at this. I found wild strawberries. Mmm. So tiny. Freaking exhausted. I expected to go 7 miles today. I ended up going 10. And that Red Knob Pass is no joke. I spent about 2.5 miles at 12,000 plus feet. I'm bushed. My last day in the mountains. Pack feels a lot lighter. It's time to go home. Check out this cool old cabin that we found. That's a cool old cabin. Wonder how long it's been up here. So this river is actually part of the headwaters for but turns into the Bear River and then eventually fills up Bear Lake. You guys, this is it. Forerunner. There is the Forerunner. And there is the trail that I headed down. Man, right now all I want is a cold Coke and a cheeseburger. So I'm gonna go meet my brother and sister at Crown Burger. I'll see you next time.